if you are going to, and you need to be able to do this, you know, without it being performative, without anyone looking, if you really have centered your values around being committed and being anti-racist, you need to think about exactly how much you're willing to sacrifice for that and how much you're truly willing to get uncomfortable. I think it's all well and good, to Naomi's point, to post like a black square on your Instagram, but is that really helpful, or is it challenging somebody when that could mean that you could, for example, like lose a client or lose a friend, or, you know, you have to really be clear, are you willing to do the work and for whatever kind of the results will be, which can be difficult.
The primary focus for white people should be to be engaging in challenging racism and anti-Black racism, specifically in this context, with other white people when nobody is looking, when there's no one around to celebrate what they might be saying. And indeed, I think the kind of seeking of applause for engaging in the act is obviously like pretty weird, frankly, to feel that you need to be acknowledged profoundly for engaging in the action that kind of honors somebody's humanity or a group of people's humanity in the first place.
Is it appropriate to ask our one Black employee to have a Q&A session for, you know, that's when you engage a D&I expert, okay? Because this work is not charitable and it's not corporate social responsibility. I have to be very clear with that, right? This is like any other business performance metric, or at least it should be. So if you had a marketing team, a sales team, and they were below performance, you would buy in resource for training, for the right tools, the right products. And so the same has to be done when it comes to diversity and inclusion.
I think there's something about asking the organizations that we're at all associated with for that data. You know, if you want to see a change in policy, you need to request it and you need to be vocal. Start a petition in your organization. What is stopping you? If you're a white person and you don't think there's enough transparency at the moment, start a petition, get every single person in your organization to sign it and give it to the director of HR or the director of D&I, if there is one, and say, we want this data. And we're gonna contribute to it. We're gonna fill in the forms. We're gonna fill in those bloody surveys. Then they have no excuse. Like, we have to start holding the systems that are systemically racist to account, especially when we have the power and the privilege to do so.
I often find it interesting that while a lot of people have learned to say names like Schlumberger, Tchaikovsky, and everything, but somehow when it comes to names of people of color, they are always mangled. And I always interrupt and correct people and say, no, it's pronounced this way. Because if you can't even get people's names right, chances are pretty much everything about them has already been reduced to a stereotype. I know it sounds really small, but that's one of the common bugbears people have, that nobody gets our names right. But I would say, if you do nothing else, please learn to say our names correctly. That would be a big help.